Hello there. I'm Eiji Aomi, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. I'm sure a lot of you saw me and thought there might be news about the sequel to the Legend of
Hijo de
Zelda.
su madre, va a decir que no, ¿verdad? No, va a decir que sí. Va a decir que
Unfortunately,
sí.
we don't have anything to share right now.
Va a decir que sí.
We apologize.
Hijo de su madre.
Development is proceeding smoothly, and we should be able to bring you some new information this year. For now, we'll have to ask you to wait just a bit longer.
Pues, ¿qué vas a mostrar?
While you're all waiting, however, this Legend of Zelda game will be coming to Nintendo Switch.
Es que
Please take a look.
es lo mismo que nos hicieron con Hyrule Warriors, pero ¿qué vas a mostrar hoy? ¡No! ¡No me digas que! ¡Oh, Dios! ¡No puede ser! ¡Sí! ¡Sí, sí, 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 sí! ¡Es real! ¡Lo estamos viendo! ¡Lo estamos viendo! ¡Uy! Se mueve muy fluido. Pam 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 pam. Esa fluidez, no sé, se ve muy bonito cómo se mueve el juego. En gráficos tampoco se ve, o sea, va a ser un port. Bueno, HD, sí se ve un poquito mejor, pero bueno, eso es. Por fin.
What you've just seen is the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This game originally released in 2011 on the Wii console, and now it's coming to Nintendo
A ver, es que en la
Switch.
transmisión tampoco lo veo como se va a ver el
The
juego
Legend
en
of
sí,
Zelda Skyward
pero sí se ve
Sword
mucho
featured a
mejor.
control scheme in which players would use the Wii Remote Plus controller as a sword and the Nunchuck controller as a shield. With the increased processing power of the Nintendo Switch system, the controls here are smoother and even more intuitive. And we've recreated the controls for the sword and the shield here by having the player hold two Joy-Con controllers. The Joy-Con controller in your right hand is the sword.
Es que yo siempre lo dije, es
Swing it to
posible.
have Link swing his sword in the game.
Yo siempre he dicho que era
The
posible y
Joy-Con
la gente
controller
decía,
in
no,
your
no se
left
puede.
hand is the shield. By lifting the controller, you can raise
sí
the
se puede,
shield
oye,
to
sí
block
se puede.
enemy attacks. You can perform
Ay,
other
Dios,
actions
¿cuándo va a
like
salir?
using both controllers to wield a bow and arrow. These physical movements add a sense of urgency
Voy a traer
and
serie al
tension
canal,
to
eso lo
combat.
prometo.
But we've also made it possible to play the game with
Ah,
button
what?
controls
¿Cómo vas a
to
hacer
ensure
eso?
it can be played in handheld mode or on the Nintendo Switch Lite system. After mulling over how to assign different gameplay elements to different buttons, we decided to apply the sword motions to tilting the right control stick.
Ah.
Tilt the stick down when you want to swing the sword down.
Había pensado en esa posibilidad. No
Swing to the
exactamente
right.
usar 100% la palanca.
To the left or diagonally.
Pero es que claro, como en ese juego, como en la Wii no tenías no tenías dos sticks, tienes esa libertad.
Here's something else we've been working on.
Oh, what? ¿Más?
Specially designed Joy-Con controllers. The right Joy-Con controller is themed after the Master Sword, while the left features a heart and shield motif. The Legend of
Los
Zelda
quiero,
Skyward
pero
Sword,
no me va a
as the
alcanzar el
game
dinero.
depicting the earliest story in the Legend of Zelda timeline, details the events around the creation of the Master Sword itself. We hope that people who played the original game on Wii, and those playing it for the first time, will enjoy discovering the origins of the Legend of Zelda.
16
The
de
Legend of
julio.
Zelda Skyward Sword HD
Ay,
launches
Dios, que
July
casi lloro
16th.
tú.
Following this Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to pre-order the game on Nintendo eShop, and the specially designed Joy-Con controllers will launch on the game's release date at your local retailers. Many of you may already know this, but The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was the last
aniversario?
original console game prior to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild game, and it was still
Antes de Breath of the
following the
Wild.
established conventions of The Legend of Zelda. However, it gave a glimpse into many features and innovations that would eventually be adopted in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, using the sailcloth to descend in midair, a stamina gauge that depleted as you scaled walls with vines or ran, even the concept of collecting items to upgrade gear. I hope those of you who've played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will give this game a try as well.
Estoy muy emocionado.
Please look forward to The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD.